Listen, there is a conversation that is going to be had between you and your masculine, all right? If you did not watch my video I just dropped when I said love at first sight turns into hubby and wife, please watch that video. Please watch it and then come right back to this one, okay? So you're about to have a confession time with your divine counterpart. And I referenced, if you watched the video before this, I referenced the movie Only You when they both fell in love with each other. The first sight, they fell in love. And she thought that his name was Damon Bradley. And Only You, this is the movie. It's called Only You. Y'all can watch it on YouTube, literally. Type it in the search bar. It's there. Somebody uploaded it free. When she thought that his name was Damon Bradley, she was just head over heels with him. And then she found out his name and it just fit right? Which showed with her, it was unrealistic. Excuse me, y'all. Confirmation. I'm so sorry. Because she was searching for a particular type, a particular person, a particular name. And God had already given her what she was looking for. It's almost like the guy in the boat. I keep bringing him up too, who is stranded in the sea. And there's fishermen and people with a boat keep coming towards him. And he's like, oh, I'm waiting on God. I'm waiting on God. I'm waiting. It's like when we're too logical and specific about things that we want, we can miss that God has already sent and brought them in. So shorty, she didn't realize that this was her person. And when she found out this wasn't his real name, she just went ballistic, not realizing this was her person. She was being too specific about the name, right? Because when we try to be so specific about names and stuff, that's how the enemy can play with us, right? We found out in the end of the movie, her brother had played that joke with her with one of his friends from school or whatever like that. You get what I'm saying? It's like when we're too particular about something or we want a certain name or something, it's like the devil can play with that. And the devil will send us whatever we're so particular about, but missing so much else. It's like we want a specific name, so the devil will send in somebody with a specific name, but you're not attracted to this person. They don't have the same morals and values as you. You get what I'm saying? So we have to be careful with the things that we pray for and what we're asking for, right? So she had to realize that what she wanted was right in front of her face. It just did not come in the way that she thought that it was going to come, or his name was not the name that she thought it was going to be. And he needed to just be honest from the jump, but he was scared that she would reject him. And he felt like that was the only thing that he could say to get more time with this lady. You know, so it's a lot, but you guys are really going to have a real honest talk, okay? Some type of communication about this, whether you found out this person's name is not what they told you that it was or something like that, you know, because in my last message, I was talking about how she was more upset with him than he was with her. Remember, she was about to call off a wedding. She was damn near about to get married and she needed to call off a wedding. So that was her confession. And then his confession was, my name is not Damon Bradley. But she was way more upset with his confession than her breaking off a marriage, because it's almost like, you know, whatever she needed to break off of, right? Whatever she needed to break out of, whatever relationships, whatever was still holding on. It's like, she knew that would be an easy cutoff because she did not love the person that she was about to get married to. So she knew that she can easily cut that engagement off. You get what I'm saying? Cut that marriage off because she done found the person that she really, really loves. So it wasn't too much of a big deal, I guess, for her. And that's why she didn't feel that bad about telling him that she got to cut the wedding off. But him lying about the name mattered to her a lot, because since a child, you know, she had the psychic reader that said this name that her brother actually paid. Like, she didn't know that her brother actually was playing a joke on her, but this name carried some time. You know, since she was a little girl, she knew about this Damon Bradley. So when he told her that wasn't the name, her whole heart crushed, because she's like, oh my God, no, you know, the psychic said this and this happened and the Ouija board said this. It's you got to watch the damn movie, because trust me, I know I'm saying some crazy shit. The psychic, Ouija board, baby, young kids acting crazy. I never did that type of shit when I was a baby, but This is probably what they was doing in the 80s or in the 70s, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, watch the movie. It's called Only You, 1994. You're only going to see, like, the Ouija board and her going to a psychic when she was a young girl. And this is when the psychic told her the name. But when we find out at the end of the movie, her brother actually paid the psychic to give her that name. So this is what I mean by the enemy. The devil will try to trick you with specifics so that you're not paying attention to someone's heart or character or morals because you're looking specifically for a name. And her homegirl that was with her throughout this whole process was like, oh, well, he's nice. He's a nice guy. Oh, you like him, right? But she was just so stuck on it, that not being his name. So, you know, sometimes we're praying and asking God for something. If we don't get that specifically the way that we prayed and asked, we dismiss the whole blessing, not realizing that this is exactly what God has for us. This is the package that's being delivered. You just don't like how it's being delivered. Maybe they're still in some type of marriage. Maybe they're about to get married. Maybe they're still separated, you know, and it's something that is still attached where you may not like how it's being delivered, but God is like, nope, it's supposed to be delivered right here at your door. Like, this is your motherfucking package. Okay, so there is a serious conversation about to be had. I don't know y'all life. This is not a personal message for any of you, so I can't really get to the specifics of what, you know, you guys are really going through, but I just know that there's going to be a real serious conversation, and it's going to happen to be like a confession that comes up, and someone may not be happy with this confession, but I feel like you're going to push through it because, you know, it's best to just know the truth and deal with it head on than to just be waiting years and years and years afraid to have those serious conversations. So I feel like you guys are going to have like a really, really serious conversation early on in your connection. And this person is actually going to be grateful for that. Like, you're not beating around the bush. It's like you're going to be very honest and upfront with this person, and they're going to thank you for that. This is somebody that is very happy that you guys can have these type of uncomfortable, real serious conversations early on, because it creates a safe healing space where you know that you can trust your partner and you can come to them whenever you have any issues or questions or concerns. So for you guys to be creating that space early on into the connection, that's beautiful. Actually, it's beautiful. So I'm seeing that, you know, you guys may be a little heated, you know, when you're going back and forth about this conversation, but it's not like heated, like you mad. Like, if you watch the movie Only You, I don't know how many times I got to keep telling y'all to watch this movie. She was very upset with him, but you could tell that she loved this man so much she couldn't even be fucking mad. She was just like, you know, like, it's one of those where whatever the conversation like y'all have, you're going to be salty about something, but you're going to be able to get through it. You're going to push through it. And like in the movie, they ended up pushing through it. And she had to realize that she really do love this man. No matter what his name was, he was the one that she went all the way across the country looking for. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes what we're looking for is right in front of our face. But we have to realize that it's not going to be delivered in the way that God, or not even God, is going to be delivered in the way that God wants it to be delivered. It may not be delivered in the way that we want it to be delivered. Okay, that's what I wanted to say. You know, he may not come when you want him, but he'll be there right on time. You know, it's that same type of energy where God is going to give us what we really need, what our soul needs, not always what we just want, because sometimes we don't even realize that what we want is bad until we get it. So in the end of the movie, she actually met the guy whose real name was Damon Bradley, and it was no connection, no attraction, nothing was there. And that's when she realized that she did love the other guy, and then she had to go get her man, baby. So you guys, at the end of this confession or talk, you may realize that, you know, what you guys are fighting about is small, you know, and y'all gonna get through it or whatever. So anywho, I am going to end this message right here, baby, because I need you to get prepared for this little conversation. Maybe it's something that you need to ask this person. Maybe you're going to initiate this conversation. You know, maybe it's something that's been in your intuition that you need to bring up. You know, it's finna come. It's finna happen. You know, you guys are about to have that serious conversation, and you might be the one that initiated. Like, just in the movie, she was the one that came out and told him first that she, you know, I have something to tell you. I'm supposed to be getting married in a couple days, you know. So you may be the one that initiated, but he's going to finish it, because whatever he says after is going to fuck you up, and then you're going to have to sit there and really process it and It may take a day, it may take a day or two. It's not going to take that long for you to process it. I'm thinking about the movie too. Like she didn't have that many days to process it. She was ready to leave the next day. So he had to think fast, all within that same day. So maybe like the next day, like you might have only one day to figure this shit out, because it's like God is like, okay, wrap this up. Let's get this conversation going. Let's get this confession out so y'all know the truth, so that this is an honest home or honest space that y'all creating. But we need to keep moving forward. This confession, basically, to wrap this up, this conversation or this confession is not sent in for you two to go your separate ways. It's actually sent in to strengthen the connection. It's sent in so that you guys can create that safe space early on into the connection, where you're going to feel trustworthy of one another, where you can tell them whatever it is that you need to tell them, especially when it comes to y'all union, y'all connection, y'all relationship. All right. So this conversation is not meant to scare anybody here. It's not meant to break y'all up. This is not it. This is actually meant to bring you two closer. Okay. Is somebody going beating around the bush about something that they need to just be honest with this person about, and it's going to end up better than you can imagine, because at the end of the day, it's God's way. And the way that God does it, it always shocks us. It always amazes us. It's always better than we can ever imagine. So just get it over with. Just put it all on the table and go from there. And if this is not even your message and this is not even your reading anyway, if you put this out on the table and shit don't go how it's supposed to go, maybe that wasn't even your person to begin with. You get what I'm saying? Because whoever this message is really, really for, this is your person, and you guys are meant to have this conversation and confess to one another. It's going to seem a little ugly, uncertain, but literally you guys are going to get through this conversation within within a day. It's not going to take long for you two to come to a common ground and understand both of each other's point of view and to move forward, because at the end of the day, love wins. Okay, as long as love is at the center of this, love always wins. God always wins in the end, okay? And God is love, all right? So I love you all, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye.